So hello guys. In this video we are going to cover the topic of group policy management. Okay, and in this group policy management, we are going to perform three tasks. That is, first, a desktop background change for all the users on all the computers. The second, performing, let's say, suppose that uh, removing the recycle bin from the desktop, and third, let's say, suppose that removing the clock from the notification tab. Okay. All right. So before we begin, the required condition is that the machines must be connected to a single domain. The server machine should be present with ADDS installed on it, and the client should be present, in which we have to log in via the user. All right. So before that, before getting directly into the group policy setting, first let us go on users and computers. Let us create a new user first for the sake of our reference. We go on users, we click on new, and we click on users. All right, so over here we just fill the form. Let's say, suppose that I make the name as, let me make the name as QWERTY, right? I enter the logon name also as QWERTY, and I hit next. After that, I set a password that I want, and I uncheck this box and check these two boxes. Now I click on next. Now I have seen that my user has been created. Let me just maximize this window. My user over here has been created. Now let me now we have to create an OU. An OU is an organizational unit in which we have to create the specific, in which we have to give the specific rights to the particular user. So I click on this cg.com. Remember, to click on this, to create an OU, we need to click on cg.com. But to create a user, we can click over here and click on new users. As we can see that in users, we do not get the option of OU, but as soon as we click on CG, we get the option of OU, organizational unit. So I click on it. I set the name, so let's say, suppose QWERTY, and I hit OK. Now I can see here that this QWERTY has been created as an organizational unit. Now what I do is I take this user from there, that is the user that I created right now, QWERTY. I cut from here and paste it in the organizational unit that I just created. Now we can either cut paste this user, or we can directly just right click over here and create a new user itself, here itself. So we can do either of the thing, whatever we feel convenient and whatever we feel to be remembered more easily, we will do that. So I've just cut the user from this user tabs, from this users tab, and I've pasted it to the organizational unit that I created. Now the organizational unit is created successfully. Now I minimize this tab, I go to tools again, and I click on group policy management. Alright, so over here I can see that this is the window that opens in front of me. This is the window that I would see at first when I open group policy management. So I would expand this forest.com, I would go in domains, I would open cg.com, and over here I can see that group policy objects is present, and this QWERTY is also present, which organizational unit that we created right now. So first we just right click on this group policy objects, we right click on it and click on new. Now we enter the name that we created, or any name that we want, that what are the policies we need to enter in it. Let's say, suppose that recycle bin, then we have clock, and then we have back wallpaper. So I just write wall and I hit enter. Okay, so I can see here that this R recycle bin, clock, and wall has been created in this group policy objects. Remember, when we open this group policy management, we need to go into cg.com and we need to first create a new group policy object through here, and now we go to this organizational unit that we created beforehand in the users and computers. Now we click on this, we right click, and now we click on create a GPU in this domain and link it here. So I can either select this, I can directly create a GPU over here, or the GPU that I've already created in group policy objects, I'll select it from here, link an existing GPU. I do this, I select RC clock wall, I hit enter, and this, I can see that this group policy object has been created. Now I double click on it. Now I can see here these are the things that open in front of me. Now I right click on this, I click on edit. Now this is the window that I open. Now this is where we have to do all the configurations and assign all the tasks that we want. So we can do two things. We can either do individually, we can either perform the tasks individually, or we can just directly create we can do all the tasks at one and then force the GPU updation. So I'll do all the things at one and then I'll hit GPU update. Okay, so let me go into user configuration, let me go into policies, let me go into administrative templates. Now over here we can see various options that have come in front of us: control panel, network, desktop, shared folder, system, Windows components, and all. So the first thing that we need to do is to remove the recycle bin. So I go into desktop, since it is a part of recycle bin. So I go into desktop, I find recycle bin over here, which I cannot. So I go into desktop again, and okay, I cannot see over here. So I'll go back and I'll try to find it right over here. All right, here it is. Here it is. Remove recycle bin icon from the desktop. Okay, so I right click on it. I click on edit. I click on enabled. Okay, I've enabled this and now I hit on OK. So as you can see that this remove recycle bin icon from desktop has been enabled. Now we need to enter the now we need to remove the clock icon from the notification tabs. Okay, so now since it is a part of the taskbar, so we go into start menu taskbar. Now I'll search here for the option of clock. Okay, so I just search for the option of clock. As you can see here, there are many options, and the disadvantage is that we cannot just directly search any file. So we have to individually read all the files, all the policies that are present over here, and find it in that manner. We cannot find it in any way. So I have found remove clock from system notification area. I right click on it, click on edit, I hit enabled and OK. Now as you can see, remove clock from system notification area has been enabled. Now another important task is for setting up a desktop background. Okay, so for that let us just create one bitmap, one image. Let's say suppose that I go over here, I okay, not like this. Let me just go here. Let me just create a shared folder, new folder. Let me write the name as wallpaper. Over here I create a new, either I can directly go to paint and create a new object and save it over here, or I can just directly come over here, new bitmap image, and I name it according to my wish. Let's say suppose I name it pic. Okay, so I go double click and open it. Now I create any particular background of my choice. Let's say suppose that I create a background like this, then like this, then like this, and yeah, so that's it. This is just for an example. Well, just see that if this background we can set it on the required desktop or required users or not. Okay, so I have created a random background and I'll just fill the background with some color. Okay, so this is the image that I've created. Now I'll hit on save, and this file has been saved in this folder, that is wallpaper, that I created right now. So now I have to share this folder. I'll go into properties, I'll go into sharing, I'll hit advanced sharing, then I'll go to share this folder. I'll allow all the permissions. and I'll hit OK, OK, close. So now this folder is shared. So what we will do is that we will find the location of this shared folder. I'll hit backslash 192.168.100 dot dot one. I'll hit enter. So these, as you can see, that this folder is shared. I'll open it and I'll see that this file is present over there or not. So now, since it is confirmed that the file is shared, so let us go again back to this group policy settings. And all right, so we right click on it, we go again in edit. So over here we can see computer configuration and user configuration. We need to go into user configuration. We need to again go into administrative template, desktop, and over here let me just background. We need to find background, right? Desktop wallpaper. All right, so I've got this option. Where did I got this option? Let me show you once again. I have opened this administrative templates in under user configuration, and over there I open desktop. In desktop I can find again a folder named as desktop, so we will go that and we'll select desktop wallpaper. uh, all right, so over here we click on enable and we write on the path that we have just we have saved that image file. So I hit 1.2.168.100.1 backslash wallpaper dot sorry wallpaper slash pic dot. Okay, so I've entered the file name over here and I select the wallpaper style, fill, stretch, center, span, tile, anything that we want. So I'll click on fit and I'll hit OK. So I can see that this is also enabled. Now to configure this changes into the client system or the user system, we go to run. We click on, we enter gp update space forward slash force and hit enter. gp update forward slash force. Okay, so it is updating the policy and we will wait for the policy to get updated. Okay, so the policy has been updated now. So let us now go to now in order to verify this, we will first verify it on this system itself, on the server system itself, that is it enabled or not. All these actions that we have right now performed, is it enabled or not. So we will close this window and we will just, close it again. Yeah, so we will go to server manager, we will go to tools. We are verifying this on the server itself. First we will verify on server itself, okay, and then we will verify it on the user machines. So I'll go into group policy management and I'll see this window that opens in front of me. So I'll expand this forest, I'll go into domains, I'll go into cg.com, and over here I can see the OU that I created. Now over here I can see the OU that I created and it is written enforce no link enabled yes. So I'll double click on it and I'll see the policy that I created. So this is the window that opens in front of me. We will go into settings and we will see generating report and we will get the complete details about what are the configurations and what are the policies that we have enabled. We will go into administrative templates and we will see desktop, desktop slash desktop, and start menu and taskbar. So we'll click on desktop and see that remove recycle bin icon from desktop has been enabled. We will go into desktop and we'll see that wallpaper has been changed, enabled, and start menu and taskbar remove clock from the system notification area. So these are all the tasks that we performed. These are all the policies that we enabled, and we can verify this in the server itself. Now, in order to verify it on the client, we will go into the client machine and we will log in to the user that we created right now. So I'll go into other user, I'll write cg slash QWERTY and we will go to password. I'll enter the password. Okay, so this is going to take some time because this is a new user and it is being logged in. So let it just complete all its process. We are verifying the policies that we have created in the in the client machines now. Okay, so it is written let's start, and as soon as this desktop opens, so okay, so this is one issue that I faced, that I've got the uh, black background, right? As I can see that I have there is no recycle bin on the desktop. That is enabled, that I mean that is verified. As you can see here in the taskbar, there is no clock. Okay, so that is also again verified. Now since the desktop is not visible, so what we will do, we will go on to, we will just restart the machine. Restart anyway. Okay, so we are so this is an issue that we face when there is a network delay between the server and the client machines. Sometimes the desktop may not get updated as soon as we log off and log in again. So in order to verify the desktop setting, we need to restart the machine for once. But as you saw that recycle bin and the clock menu have been disappeared, that means that force GPU update slash force has done its work. Now we are just verifying that desktop has changed or not. Okay, all right, so let me just log in once again. I'll write the password. Okay guys, so okay, so this is not an issue. I mean just restarting it once or twice and waiting for some time, because of the network issue. I'm pretty sure that it will get updated. Okay, so as you can see that this clock is not present over there. There is no recycle bin present here on the desktop. This desktop issue will get resolved once the connection is established properly between the network and these between the server and the client. So that is how we verify it through the client machine. Okay, now we go into DC, and we have seen that how to verify this on DC as well, on the server that we created the policies on. So that's it in this video, and if you have any queries, feel free to pin down your comments. I'll definitely address this. Thank you.